Hello and welcome back to KittyCat Spins. My name is Emma. I'm an autistic hand spinner and dyer who's based in Shropshire in the UK. And today I have something special. I have the Painting Fairy cross stitch adjustable scrolling frame. It is aluminium or alloy. It is a complete redesign, and why did I get this? Well, anyone who has ever done cross stitch and has handled a wooden scroll frame, and let me get the one that I have been using recently. This one. I used this one for my wedding hands cross stitch project. Now, I don't know if these things are the bane of a cross stitcher's life when using these things. I have had to use pliers to tighten the bolts on this because I could not get it tight enough. And another thing that often happens with wider frames is you tighten them, you get them under the fabric under tension, and then the middle of the rod bows in, and that affects the tension. And that is completely the wrong thing. The thing you do not want to happen, because it will affect the look of the finished piece. All in all, wooden scroll frames are very much the bane of any stitcher's life, and this one will be going straight in my bin tomorrow, along with all the others I have in storage. So there's quite a few I've been given over the years. I have a collection of cross-stitch equipment that was given to me by little old ladies who never stitch themselves anymore. So, anyway, my cats are out, so Briar and Tam may come and make themselves known at some point. I do not know. I pray we do not get gifts. There have been quite a few recently. I got one off of Tam last Saturday, when I was due to attend the market that same day. That was fun! 3 in the morning. Anyway, so I have seen a few other such opening videos as this one. There is, from what I've seen, there is a lot of packing around the pieces. So I have a bucket for rubbish. I have a container for small pieces because Briar has pica, much like another well-known cat that others from the Hawksong Weaving Yarn Brats community may recognise. Briar and his pica. Anyway, the irony is, most of the time he focuses on things that I am handling. I have scissors to cut tape with because Tam. That's the story. Tam doesn't like the sound of sellotape. Tam is my ginger cat. He is very much a cuddler, but over the Christmas period when I was wrapping gifts, he made it very clear he didn't like the sound of sellotape. When he came in just as I was taking a piece off the roll, he heard it rip, and he literally came in, heard it go, turned around, went straight back out again. And I did laugh at that. It was just so very clear that he did not like that sound. And honestly, I don't blame him. Now, here we go. So let's just open this up. I forgot to get the wedding hands cross stitch out of the bag. Oh well, I'll just I'll just have to pause filming at some point to grab it. But for now, let's focus on this, shall we? Oh, and right off, this is what I meant about it being really well wrapped. As you can see, that is thick. Okay, so they do their own brand of embroidery floss. It looks like they've sent me a nice looking sample there too. I'm not sure when I would use that, but maybe someday. And then leaflets. This is more about the threads that they're advertising. So they use Egyptian long staple cotton, apparently. Ooh. Mind you, that's not as much of a problem for me. I use beeswax to condition my thread before I stitch with it. For a few reasons. There is a brand of thread conditioner out there. It claims to not stain thread. I can't remember the name right now, which is probably a good thing because, from experience, it does stain the thread. And it's just very much a case of never again with that. Beeswax is much easier. It washes off for a start. Okay. Okay, so there's information here on a QR code to play the demo of how it's used and frame error demonstration. So if you're struggling with it, there is information out there that you can use to correct it. And here's the instructions on how it's set up. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay, so that makes sense. So it's just letting you know how how to make it all work. And now see this part here, that is something I've seen someone else in another similar box unboxing talk about. What she used wasn't tape around the tension rod. She used a bit of felt inside the crevice, which I thought was a good idea, actually, personally. There we go. And let's see about actually taking this out of here. Oh my word, it's heavy. Now, I'm not sure. A roll of tape? Okay. Well, never mind that now. That can just go down there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they are very thorough. I am known as a Fort Knox wrapper in my family. Took knows me as a Fort Knox wrapper. I think I've just been out-wrapped. So, yes, it is incredibly well wrapped. Let me see. Is there any... There is an edge of the bubble wrap, so we can start opening from here. To be fair, I did expect very thorough wrapping from what others had said and seen on their opening videos. So there we go. Now, I should say I am not affiliated with painting fairy cross stitch, at least not at this time anyway. I am just a cross stitcher who is thoroughly fed up with the old-fashioned wooden scroll cross stitch frames. It was very much a case of, I am done with this. It can be gone. I do not want to deal with this, because those wing nuts, if you don't have a tool to tighten them with, they hurt. They hurt. And to top it off with the ones on the one I was using, the bolts decided to seize up on the wing nuts, and it was very much a case of, oh. And the funny thing is, I'm filming this Thursday evening. I'm filming it Thursday evening because I spend Thursdays at my grandmother's helping her out. She's no longer able to do some chores around her house, so I go and do them for her on a Thursday. And the same cousin that I am making the wedding hands cross stitch for, her eldest son is actually my local postman. Not me almost slicing the end of my finger off live on, well, not live on camera. Good goddess, this tape. It is definitely a good thing Tam isn't home. It is thick on the ends. If I can just get through the outer layer more than any. There we go. Progress is being made. I am getting there. Okay. Now, they do also have a range of colours. I have chosen the sky blue. Quite simply because I love the colour sky blue. So we have end caps. Just put them in that container over there. So these are presumably the small pieces. Oops. Apologies, that is an alarm I forgot to turn off. Just ignore that. Okay, so here we go. Those will be the sidebars, I think. And these are... Oh, that's all. Yes. These are the top bars, the scroll bars themselves, and that is one of the tension bars, acrylic tension bars in its protective wrapping. But look at this. So yeah, this morning my cousin's oldest lad, he comes to the door, he's in his uniform and he's got this great big parcel, and he goes, "What's this, Emma? What have you got yourself?" And I'm just there like, oh, ho, 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 ho. That is something I've been looking forward to. So there's going to be 6 of these, because I had the option that extends up to... okay, so these lock together as well. I am... I have lost train of thought. That I told him I'd been looking forward to this arriving because it is a quality of life thing as a stitcher, and he didn't get it, bless him. I mean, the funny thing is, when he was younger, he was always clambering all over me. This is when he was very little, when he was maybe 6, 7 years old. There we go. That can go in there. Asking what I was doing. What are you making this time, Emma? Can I see? Can I have a go? So let's get these unwrapped. So these are the tension bars. You wouldn't want to poke someone in the eye with these, but oh, really. Distraction. Shiny, pretty things. Well, that is always a good way to distract your autistic person, shall we say. So that's... Let's bring all of those there. Now, obviously, metal will not bend when under tension. Metal will not snap. Metal will not bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought so. I'd left one over there. So, right off there, metal is a better option. Is it heavy? Yes. Right off. Just these, just 2 of these, which is what I'll be using for the wedding hands cross stitch once it's all set up, with the sidebars. Speaking of which, let's get them open. They are quite heavy, even more so when you're adding more bars along the top. That's one of them. Just look at this. Now these pins, they come out, and you see the hole in there? The pins go through that hole, and that is how it's all secured together. So the pins go in, and that turns, and that's what puts it under tension. Essentially, it is that simple and easy. Okay. So that is sidebar 1. And sidebar 2. Now there is an adjustable 2-in-1 stand. I am planning to get that as well because of the sheer weight of this. I want to be able to use this at its full size, quite simply, and my little wooden floor stand currently would just tip straight over. What sort of projects do I have I would use with this for the full length of this? Well, I have a Heaven and Earth Designs cross-stitch pattern that any Christopher Paolini fan would love. Who is Christopher Paolini, for those who haven't heard of him? Christopher Paolini is an author who, in the 2000s, came out with a series called The Inheritance Cycle. And I was actually introduced to The Inheritance Cycle by one of my younger sisters. I do not name names for relatives, so yeah. And it was like being transported to another world. There were multiple languages, there were elves, dwarves, dragons. For an autistic child, well, autistic teenager who desperately needed a form of escape, books were my go-to. And being introduced to the Inheritance Cycle, I have all 4 books of the original series on audio, on Audible books. They are 24 hours long and longer. I have listened to them multiple times. I will listen to them again in the future. I love those books. And when I found that Heaven and Earth Designs had an Aragon cross-stitch chart, you best believe I got it. And I got it just in time too, because they discontinued it just days later. Oh, that was some very good timing on my part, to say the least. There is tape stuck to my finger. Excuse me a moment. I am just... That is a bad sensory. Remove yourself, please. There we go. Okay. And a quick drink, because hydration. Any autistic people out there who wonder why you gulp? It is an autistic thing. We all do it. Okay. The final thing to unpack is the smaller pieces. Good goddess, that's heavy. That must be a good 500 grams on its own, at least. Excuse me. Now, let's see. This is going to be another... Right, well, Tam isn't here, so... Let's see. So yes, the Aragon cross stitch is absolutely one I want to do at some point. I've looked into that. The fabric size, good goddess, the amount of fabric I'll need. It will need to be 1 meter wide and 1.5 meters long. So I will absolutely need to extend this to be able to use it. And there's other projects I have of similar sizes. There's one of which I have shared the charts with Turk that I designed myself. Oh, not last year, the year before. It isn't a full coverage piece like the Aragon one is, but it's to do with a family of original characters of mine around their shields, their heraldic shields, and the family motto, which I should have... Oops, a daisy. Ah, there it is. So I had this needle minder made at the time, just after I finished designing that. And the family motto for those original characters, which is, "We stand for those who cannot stand for themselves." Essentially, they're a group of noble women who were inspired by Dungeons and Dragons in the roles that each of them take. And it felt right. So I have that design with each girl, with each family member's name, her personal animal crest, with her own colour scheme and all of that. And then there's the family motto in the middle with the family crest at the very bottom. Oh gosh. I am seeing loose, small pieces. Oh boy. Oh, okay, it's a bag. That helps, it's a bag. Okay. You know what? Let's cut that off there, because I have visions of that re-sticking and needing opening up again. Okay, so this is how we connect these bars here together with, well, hello there, Tam. These little screws here. Hi. Yes, I hear you, Mr. Wine. Okay, so let's take these end caps out of here. These bars are fine like that for now. My concern is all the screws. Now these are Allen key screws, I noticed, and there is an Allen key for them in here. That's it there. We'll just put that in there. Whoops, daisy. So yeah, these are solid metal. All of these are. They are thorough. And then there's all of them, which I am going to put straight into there. And hopefully never lose any. Can you imagine if I did? Okay, so let's see how this goes together. Now, let me see. Okay, so this goes like so into there, and then I'm going to put that over there. Yeah, so Tam came in, made himself known. He's now having a snack. Like that. I thought that might be a thing. So I'm definitely going to say it's probably a good idea to do this on two sides to really make sure it's secure. Like so, probably why there's so many of those bars. Like that, and that, and it just slots together. I am not going to do a full length of this. It's going to That is very small and very fiddly, but that's okay. Okay, so here we go. That tightens up there. Whoops. It slides around a bit until it is tight. That's it. Now, oh, you don't have to make that super tight. It really locks in. That's good. Whoops-a-daisy. Excuse me a moment. That's not quite. What's that? There we go. That's better. It is working now. Hello, Tam. We have been joined by the ginger. Or not. He's jumped down again. Yeah, looks like he's headed back out again. Or at least he's going to go watch out the cat flap. So here we go. So yes, I have larger projects. I have wonderful big projects I want to work on. It's just that working with the traditional wooden scroll frame was so frustrating. There is no other word for it. Frustrating. Well, also painful because of the blooming... Did I? I did. I managed to position that right over the hole that the thingy goes in. Whoops-a-daisy. Okay, that's a thing to watch for. That is a thing to watch for. Okay, I am oh, okay, so we'll just loosen these. No, that's tightening it. Loosen that one. And that one. And then we can reposition like so. There we go. I want to do the big pieces, and there was some issues with customs with the exchange Took and I did earlier this year and over the Christmas time. We discovered that PDFs are not do not have custom tariffs or tariffs applied to them, which is a good thing. There we go. Got it. I will get this done. Right, that has taken. There we go. Just like that. That is secure. One more in the end here. That one went in much easier. And just like that, that's gone from a 50 centimetre bar to a 100 centimetre one. And they have more. You can get extensions. You can get more of the sidebars as well if you want them. They have them available for purchase on their website, which is amazing, because what if someone wants to do a piece that is 200 centimetres wide or more? I'm going to say it now. Anyone who does want to do a piece that big is someone I would be rather scared of, quite frankly. That is a big piece to consider doing. Okay, so it's this side that I have the screws on. But yeah, you would do the same again this side. Just really make sure that it would never move while it's in use. There we go. Whoops. That's this. But yeah, there is I do have several different stands. I have my eye in the future on a 2-in-1 adjustable stand that would have a tablet holder and thread holder. Ironically, I would not use the thread holder for its intended purpose, because once again, his Imperial Majesty Briar Pablo Moss cannot be trusted near anything that he should not eat, and frankly knows he should not eat. So what would I use the thread holder for? I would actually use it for filming. I'd clamp my my phone mount and lamp to it and use it for filming. So yeah, it would still get used, just in a different way. Now, let's see. I think I need the cross stitch. So I am going to pause briefly and go grab it, and then we shall be back. Okay, I am back, and I have the Wedding Hands cross stitch. So yeah, that's it. It is almost 2/3 complete, would you believe? I don't know if the camera is picking up on the paw prints on the edge of fabric edges. My Briar and Tam do not care about the rain at all. Tam cares about snow, as far as I'm aware. They both care about snow, but about rain? I have to keep a towel on hand to dry them off with when they come home. It is that bad. Okay, and let me see. The instructions had. Okay, so it is point side up. When putting this in. Like so. And that does feel a little loose. Oh no, it's not as loose as... Okay, so I think it'll be okay. And then this end. I'm probably a little close to the edge as well, which wouldn't help any. I'll probably adjust it in a minute. Here we go. In like so. With, okay. I think maybe let's go this way up. Come on now. You will work. This one is being a little difficult. Let's try from this side. There we go. Straight in that time. So there we are. And then, whoops, excuse me. So the pins come out like so. And then on there and there. Okay, and then, oh, hello, Briar. You're actually going to come say hello, aren't you? Straight on my work and sitting. Why am I not surprised? This is you all over, you contrary little. And sidebar's been claimed. Hello. Hello, my love. Hello, sweet boy. Yes, I love you. I love you dearly. I do. But you really shouldn't be sitting on my cross stitch. No, you should not. Not that you give a shit. Emma, do not swear. Do not swear on camera. Okay. Oh, Briar, honestly. He does this all the time. He does this all the time. I'll be trying to take photos. And he'll sit on it. And just give me this look of, well, what you gonna do? Oh, no, you cannot eat my glasses. All right. Well, okay, so itchy ear. Itchy ear, is it? All right now. May I have my project back? I am trying to film. Thank you. Ever so. I think I am gonna try and pull the fabric through a little bit more so that it'll have something to grip on when I go to tighten this. There we go. Now, let's see. This is the area I'm working on at the moment. So that's the area I want to reach. Like so. And then like so. Okay, so well, hang on. I think, am I right? I am not. Okay. Apparently, not all the ends have holes. That's okay. So this end does. went in nicely. And so did that one. And then these would just kind of go in anyway, like so. And then excuse me a moment. Okay, so that end works. Okay. It's just this end that's stuck. And I am... Hello again. Am I? Should turn the same way. Ah, there we go. Got it. It just had one that was a little more stiff than the other end. Do you mind? Hi. Hello. You are just intent, aren't you? On inspect. Are you inspecting? Yeah, I'm inspecting. He says. What you? No. The moment you start to play with the thread, you are gone, my good sir. So off you go, long boy. Go on. Go get on Tuck's blanket. That is Tam's spot. You know he won't like you sleeping there. Not that you care. Okay, now there's a lot of loose fabric. I think what I need to do is actually position this in one of the other slots. So come on now. There we go. Like so. And then it's on the very bottom edge of the frame. Okay. Come on now. Let me see. This fabric has been washed several times, to be fair to it. So it has very much lost all trace of starch and has gone very soft and malleable, which also means it is now quite difficult to do anything with. There we go. That it doesn't want to do. Hallelujah, we got it right. Because I was trying to press it in the wrong way up. Oh, I am willing to bet there were people yelling at their screens. You've got it the wrong way up. Oh, that is entirely something I would do. Okay. It's fine. It's end caps. So they just fit on like that. And they partially cover the hole. So there we go. Or not. Okay. Take that off there. don't need to worry about those. Okay, now. So I want this area between here and here around bottom, like so. I do think I should have it like okay, no, that's I need to reposition this one as well. I'll get there. I will get there. I will get it in place eventually. It is my first time with this thing. I am learning. So not the slot that has a hole in. We want the pointed side up. Come on now. You shall work. There we go. Okay, that's gone a little too... Ha! There we are. Success. Okay. I have seen it recommended that this part is done on a table, and I can absolutely see why. It is much easier to do it when you have the table to rest the piece on. So, and done. And that end. Okay, so that's all the ends. Okay, I tightened that one. And this extends from 18 to 28 centimeters. It said on paperwork when I had it. Paperwork on their website. Here we go. It's starting to get a bit of tension now. I think about there. Yes, there we go. Drum tight tension. That is exactly what you want and need when you are cross stitching. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Look at that. Please excuse the thread there. Oh, look at that. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. Oh, end caps. Presumably to help keep the tension bars from coming off, even if they literally only just fit on with the ends that are that have the pin through the bar. Okay, I am right. So what I will likely do off camera, because there is some movement in this end bar here, and I don't want to put the fabric under too much tension, is I will turn one of these bars around so that it is, instead of both pins going straight through on this end, one goes through on this end instead, to help to keep it all held in place. Now, come on, you can and will go on. There we go. But seriously, look at this. Oh, that's heavy. And my shameful backside. I am not a neat stitcher. And I am at a point in my stitching life where I don't care. Bring on the messy backs. So, yeah, here we are. This is it. This is the aluminium alloy scroll frame by Painting Fairy Cross Stitch. I will put links to their website in my description box. This is everything I'd hoped and more. The other reviews were that it is a lot to pay out initially. I paid around 150 for mine, but I had the full 150 centimeter extending set. The smaller ones, obviously, they do cost a bit less. It is also heavy. I would be able to hold on to this, say like this, and then stitch underneath, hold it against my stomach, sort of thing. My floor stand might be able to hold on to it. Do not quote me on that. Filming this is definitely going to be interesting. But I will try at the very least. Again, I am planning to get the 2-in-1 adjustable floor stand as well. The thing is, it isn't just a floor stand. Let me just rescue that. Had sudden visions of it falling off and the screws going everywhere. It isn't just a floor stand. It can be used on the sofa. It can be used on the bed. So it is definitely something I'm interested in having. Yeah. If you are a cross stitcher and you are looking for a valid alternative to the traditional wooden scroll frames, I think this is it. I think this is probably one of the best things. certainly it's the only other replacement I have seen, and for a quality of life improvement with your stitching, it's worth it. It's a lot to pay out initially, but it'll be worth it, I reckon. So yes, that is the full unboxing for this. Oh, complete with discussions of future possible projects, and cats. Briar has just fallen asleep on the end of my sofa now. He is curled up, nose tucked in, fast asleep, dead to the world. I think he is listening to me though. Aren't you? Briar? Yeah, ear twitch. So, yes, here we are. And we are just shy of 2/3 through on this project as well. 2/3. Can you believe it? 2/3. If you'd have told me I would be this far along with this project even 2 months ago, I'd have laughed. I would have laughed. I will admit, doing the videos for YouTube is absolutely a way that I am keeping myself held accountable to get it done in the first place. Especially as I am no longer aiming to do it for next year, but this year. As I've mentioned, there's been a lot of problems recently for them. Not marital, I will state that. They are not having marital problems. They are a wonderful couple. They are strong together. They are amazing together. But other things have been kicking them around. And having this will help. And I have decided I am not going to be framing it in the traditional way. Situations mean that having a traditionally framed cross stitch would not be a good idea in their household. There is an autistic child in the mix who is non-verbal and is severely autistic. That is all I am going to say on the matter, but he has been known to throw things. He doesn't know he can hurt people doing that. It is not his fault in any way or form. So my current thoughts are a traditional frame would not be a good idea simply because of the potential for things being thrown. He is a big lad. He is not a small boy for his age. And if he got hold of something like this in a traditional frame and threw it, shattered glass, broken wood, this could be damaged, but someone could also be seriously hurt. So, my solution is I am going to make it into a quilted wall hanging. Now, what does that mean? Unfortunately, the only example I have on hand in my home at this moment is not only probably a bit dusty, but it has a swear word on it, so I am not going to be showing that. A quilted wall hanging is essentially exactly what it sounds like. What I would do is I would attach this to, once it's finished, to a cotton backing fabric. I would stitch a contrasting fabric around the around all of this. It would be I am not doing a very good job of describing this, am I? So there would be the backing fabric of the quilt, there would be a layer of batting or wadding, there would then be the front layer, which would be the backing fabric for this, and a border fabric around the edges. I would then bind the edges, and here's the thing that is going to be a little bit different for this project, because previously what I've done is I've put loops in the top of the piece, and I've put a bit of dowel through it, attached some ribbon, and hung it that way. This time, what I'm thinking of doing is having loops attached to the backing of the quilt itself, and then key rings through those loops that the piece can then be hung from. Much easier, much simpler. I don't have to pay out for a framer. Yes, that is very much a thing to think about. Framing is expensive. It can be wonderfully done. We do have an amazing framer here in town. He's done pieces for me before and has given me a really good price on them. But I do like this idea more. This way, if it needs washing, my cousin can take it down and just throw it in the wash. And not only that, but if her son gets hold of it, he can't hurt anyone or himself with it, which is definitely a plus in my view. So yeah, this has been going for over an hour now. I have been talking for over an hour now. Oh wow. Is this even still on? Yes, it's still Hey, I am autistic. I am having an autistic joy moment. I am unfiltered, unscripted, all of it. So yeah, you will get random tangents and all of that sort of thing, as you already know, having listened to me this whole time. um, but yes, this is going to be a wall hanging now instead of a framed picture. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this long. I am very sorry I wasn't able to do a spinning video for you all this week. I do plan to be back on that next week. It's next week. What would it be? It would be the actual dyeing. Yes, it would be dyeing the yarn. So that will be the Celestial Sun yarn I am dyeing. Now, I've already said I'm not putting that through the knitting machine again. That is another example of pure frustration for use. So what am I doing instead? I said I would be putting the yarn into 4-yard circumference skeins. And that is so I can dip dye them. See, the Celestial Sun is going to go from a black to a navy to orange, orange, yellow, yellow. And I want a really bright yellow. So I am going to dip dye the black and the navy, and then the orange, yellow, and yellow is going to be a normal stripe. It's certainly going to be an interesting effect. If I can get it right, I will be very, very happy indeed. But yeah, that's for next week. Yes. So this scroll frame, it already has stories behind it, because it was my cousin's eldest. This piece is for my cousin, and her eldest son brought me the equipment I need to work on it. So, and that's even before the whole I lost the paper chart for the original version, threw the original version out, and started over debacle. But yes, so yeah, okay. Thank you all for watching again. I hope you got a kick out of Briar being Briar. He is very much asleep. No, not asleep. I see those ears twitching, sir. I will see you on Wednesday for the next cross-stitching video. And, yes, that's it. Thank you all again for watching. If you liked my video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. If you are a cross-stitcher interested in getting your own frame like this, I will be putting a link to the Painting Fairy cross-stitch website in my description box. Yes, I recommend this frame. I absolutely recommend this frame, just to be free of the traditional wooden scroll frame. Is just, it's amazing. I've already mentioned the autumnal heart cross stitch piece that I have going in one of my previous cross stitch videos. There is another cross stitch that is also for this same cousin, and it is just for her, not for her and her husband like this one is. She is a massive Beauty and the Beast fan. I have a big piece that I absolutely want to do for her. Let's put it this way, for how big it is, it needs 16 skeins of black thread. 16. Yeah, it's a lot of black. But that working on that piece is quite some way off in the future now. For now, we focus on this one. We get this one done. I will absolutely film making it into a wall hanging when the time comes, and yes, that will be fun on its own. So yeah, thank you again for all again for watching, and I will see you this coming Wednesday for the next cross stitch video. Bye.